Bella Vista just broke ground on a 40-unit low-income housing apartment complex in Bella Vista. So why did they do this? Is this even important? Is this going to be the future of Bella Vista? Today we're answering all those questions and a lot more. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If my backdrop looks a little different, I am currently in New York City, but the content must go on. And if you weren't aware, I was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst, and I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Knoxville, I could have moved to Maryville, Salt Lake City, Boise, Colorado, Boulder, Golden, Flagstaff. There's so many places, any place really. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America. Literally by far. So if you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, let's meet up for coffee, let's talk on the phone, let's do something to kind of explain why Northwest Arkansas is better than literally any other place in America. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. Right, and the first thing we need to cover with this brand new 40-unit apartment complex is, what was the reason for this? Why does it even happen? Why is this on the radar? Do we really need more affordable housing in Bella Vista? So the first thing I want to point out is that this is actually built by a nonprofit organization called the Community Development of Northwest Arkansas. Now, it is I would consider, I've talked to the people who run it, they are definitely a smaller organization, so I think this is like one of their bigger projects. The project whole is going to cost $8 million, so cool. They got funding from a lot of different ways to fund this project. So the goal of this is to have significantly decreased rates for renting. So that's the goal of it, is honestly, when it comes to Bella Vista, like, you can't really do this in Rogers or Bentonville per se, because the land is just too expensive. So you can purchase a couple acres in Bella Vista for pretty cheap and then build a apartment complex. The difference is that you just can't go and do that. You have to get it approved. It has to be a whole thing. So it's not a simple like little, I mean, with the house, of course, you have to get approved too, but it's simple. It's a permit, standard house, easy, you get the whole thing. So when it comes to a 40-unit apartment complex, that changes things. But with the backing of a lot of other organizations, plus them having their nonprofit status and them having the land, I believe that Bella Vista gifted them land. I couldn't find record of that, but I did look up the actual like records of like who owned what and where, and it seemed like Cooper Communities owned it and then gifted it to them, or they're building it on the land and then they're renting the land back. I'm not sure how it played out, but regardless, this nonprofit is actually building this low-income housing. They've been tasked to do this, and they've been pretty active in kind of their social media marketing. So we'll see if this actually continues inside of Bella Vista. So we'll talk about it here in a bit, but the reason for this initially is this is a very affordable project for this nonprofit to start experimenting with inside of Northwest Arkansas to see how they can maximize this in other parts of the area, honestly. And the second thing we need to talk about is actually like, how will this change Bella Vista? And so kind of two factors here. The first one is it will allow, obviously 40 units, however many people can fit in there, the availability to live in a very nice area in a sense with a lot of amenities. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, you can live in Fayetteville and different stuff like that, but obviously Bella Vista has way more amenities than the average place does, between golf courses and pools and recreation centers and pickleball courts and gun ranges and waterfalls and trail systems. So the list goes on and on. So I get that. So this is kind of a makes sense idea to allow more affordable housing inside of these high recreation areas. I am curious to see how they pay for the monthly dues in Bella Vista, so that'll be curious. I'm not sure how that's going to shake out, but regardless. Anywho, how will it actually change Bella Vista? I don't think it's going to change too much, honestly, because the fact that it's just one apartment unit, and they really haven't built any for a long time, like a long time. There have been some townhouses built. There are definitely some townhouses built back in like the 90s or 80s and 90s and actually 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. They kind of stopped around the 90s from what I've seen. And so part of it is just like this is not going to be necessarily a trend forward. And because really Bella Vista was never intended to be that way, it kind of started as a retirement-esque feel, but quickly morphed into something much different. But is this going to be a trend forward? I don't believe so. And I don't think it's going to be something to be necessarily concerned about when it comes to Bella Vista. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check out the area vacation here potentially. I made 3-day itineraries, literally day by day, city by city, place by place, restaurant by restaurant. All the links are below, so go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. But maybe you're a venturer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, there are 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So definitely go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, maybe you're using things like realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in downtown Rogers? What's going on in the amphitheater? What new business are moving here? What is the first Fridays? When is the first Thursdays? When is the Christmas? So many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below, and make sure you get that email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, just a heads up, you will get a little fear of missing out, a little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third thing and last thing we need to cover with this brand new 40-unit apartment complex being in Bella Vista is I just want to answer this directly and probably the reason why. The question is like, will this be the actual idea moving forward? Will this be Bella Vista moving forward? And the short answer is no. I answered that before, but I want to give you the reasons why. The reason being is because the infrastructure of Bella Vista when it comes to what is needed to have this apartment complex is not there. When you have 40 units, you have to connect it to sewer. I don't believe this is connected to sewer. There's not a lot of land that is available to connect to sewer. So they have to have a large septic system. A lot of these places that are like the fire departments, other have large septic systems. They have to have more acreage. And so it's kind of a waste of acreage, a waste of space if you have to divide these huge, large septic systems. And I don't believe that there's a sewer system out there. It's way too far out there to be able to reach that far. Bella Vista is growing out their sewer system, but in no fashion will they ever even reach even close to what it should be. Because even on the record keeping, only 75% of Bella Vista has sewer, and it costs so much money for them to actually do all the work, and there's really not a huge payout. The reason the sewer system is developed was because of the commercial that was actually being developed in the center of Bella Vista. So once the Waltons build out that main section, they have all the commercial down there. They allow for that. That is really the more use case for the sewer system. Now, eventually they're reaching out farther. I get all that 100%, but you can't really build you can't do a lot of apartment complexes, a lot of 40-unit apartment complexes with sewer or septic systems. So that kind of puts a kibosh on a lot of the larger complexes because it just takes too much land to allow for so many toilet flushes every single day because they need to run a septic system. So that is going to be probably the main factor why they don't do these large build-outs anymore or ever, because theoretically it can be done, but will it be done? Probably not. There's way too much permitting, way too much land being used, and Bella Vista has really no interest of doing that. I think they were kind of sweet-talked into allowing this to happen because I've seen no indicators that Bella Vista wants this to continue. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the goodies of Northwest Arkansas. It comes with stickers, it comes with postcards, it comes with a 120-page guide, literally made by me about the whole area itself, about all the cities, all the population, all the medical, all the schools, anything you want to know about Northwest Arkansas comes with this 100-page guide, all my itineraries. It also comes with a Northwest Arkansas, I've traded this, Northwest Arkansas coloring book. That is worth the price right there. So enter your name below, enter your address below. Where is this package going to? Enter all the information below and make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike. I know, that's pretty cool, And I know what you're thinking. It's my favorite 4-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below, make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you a $10 tour, so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some home for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. Alright guys, this is the next one.